In the realm of Savatthi, there once lived a wealthy man, a squire of the land. His story, while not directly connected to the following narrative, serves as an intriguing backdrop. The squire decided to renounce his worldly possessions and join the brotherhood after the passing of his wife. Before he took this life-altering step, he meticulously constructed a chamber to reside in, a room for the fire, and a well-stocked storeroom filled with ghee, rice, and other essentials. Only after amassing this extensive inventory did he formally enter the monastic life. Remarkably, he continued to summon his servants to prepare his preferred meals, despite his newfound dedication to simplicity. He retained an abundance of clothing, maintaining a distinct set for day and night, and resided on the periphery of the monastery. On a fateful day, while drying his clothing and bedding in his chamber, a group of rural monks on a pilgrimage to various monasteries stumbled upon his extensive array of possessions. Intrigued, they inquired about the ownership of these belongings. To their astonishment, the squire monk claimed them all as his. They questioned, "Are all of these yours? The upper cloths, the lower cloths, the bedding, everything?" He affirmed, "Indeed, they are all mine." Baffled by the squire monk's opulence, they pointed out the Buddha's teachings on modesty, contentment, and the virtues of simplicity. They believed that his abundance was in direct contradiction to these principles. The monks decided to bring the squire monk before the Buddha, with or without his consent. The Buddha, upon learning of the situation, asked the monks why they had brought the squire monk against his will. They explained the monk's conspicuous wealth and the contradiction with the teachings of simplicity and modesty. The Buddha then inquired of the squire monk if the allegations were true. The squire monk acknowledged his wealth, and the Buddha gently questioned the reasons behind his stockpiling of requisites. He reminded the monk of the virtues of simplicity, humility, and solitude, all of which the monk had seemed to disregard in his abundance. Feeling a surge of anger and defiance, the squire monk dramatically cast off his outer robe, standing before everyone in only his waistcloth. His anger at the Buddha's words was palpable. The Buddha, sensing his need for guidance, addressed the situation by stating, "Were you not once a seeker of shamefacedness, the fear of sin? In your previous life, you spent 12 years striving for this noble quality. And now, after vowing to follow the Buddha's profound teachings, you cast aside your robes and stand here without a shred of shame." The squire monk's sense of shame was rekindled by the Buddha's words. He promptly donned his robes and, with a renewed understanding of his actions, bowed to the Buddha, taking his seat. The monks, eager to understand the story that had unfolded, implored the Buddha to shed light on the matter. The Buddha proceeded to reveal the hidden truth, as is his unique gift. In another time and place, in the city of Benares within the realm of Kasi, a remarkable tale of royalty and brotherhood unfolded. The king, known as Brahmadatta, had a son with his queen named Prince Mahisa. In due time, a second son named Prince Moon graced the royal family. Tragedy struck, however, as Prince Mahisa's mother passed away when he was still very young. King Brahmadatta, seeking solace, took another queen as his beloved, and their love bore fruit in the form of Prince Sun. When Prince Sun was born, the queen remembered a promise made by King Brahmadatta. He had pledged to grant her any request she might have on behalf of her child. The queen, seizing the opportune moment, beseeched the king to make her son the ruler of the kingdom. Initially, King Brahmadatta hesitated, for he already had two sons, Prince Mahisa and Prince Moon, radiant as flames. However, the queen's persistence was unyielding, and fearing the potential harm she might bring to his other children, the king decided to take action. He gathered his sons and explained the situation to them. Fearing the queen's nefarious intentions, he advised his sons to retreat to the forest for their own safety. He assured them that upon his death, they would be allowed to return to the city and reclaim their rightful inheritance. Prince Mahisa and Prince Moon accepted their father's counsel and, with heavy hearts, left the kingdom for the solitude of the forest. Little did they know that the youngest brother, Prince Sun, had decided to accompany them. Their journey led them to the Himalayan region, where a life-altering event would transpire. The Bodhisattva, Prince Mahisa, who possessed the wisdom of ages, advised his younger brother to visit a nearby pool to drink and bathe. He asked Prince Sun to fetch some water for them in a lotus leaf. Unbeknownst to them, this pool was under the dominion of a water sprite appointed by Vesava, the ruler of the Yakshas. The water sprite's authority extended to anyone entering the pool except those who understood what was truly godlike. Those who remained unaware of this understanding were subjected to the water sprite's dominion, and they often met a grim fate. As Prince Sun descended into the pool with innocence and trust, the water sprite seized him. The demon confronted Prince Sun, asking, "Do you know what is truly godlike?" Prince Sun, unaware of the demon's sinister nature, innocently replied, "Of course, it's the sun and the moon." Unimpressed, the water sprite pronounced that Prince Sun did not understand the true meaning of godlike, and with a cruel sweep, he pulled the prince down into the pool's depths, imprisoning him in his aquatic lair. When Prince Moon followed his younger brother, he met the same fate. The demon inquired if he knew what was truly godlike, to which Prince Moon replied, "The four quarters of heaven." Displeased by his answer, the water sprite declared that Prince Moon's understanding was incomplete, and he too was taken into the watery prison. As both brothers failed to return, Prince Mahisa sensed that something was amiss. He decided to follow their path to the pool, knowing in his heart that danger lurked. Recognizing the pool's dangers, he armed himself with a sword and a bow, patiently waiting for a confrontation. The water sprite, realizing that Prince Mahisa had no intention of entering the water, shape-shifted into the guise of a forester. With a seemingly friendly demeanor, he encouraged Prince Mahisa to take a refreshing bath in the pool. He suggested that he enjoy the lotus flowers and then continue his journey. Unfooled by this deception, Prince Mahisa saw through the guise and identified the demon. In an attempt to gain insight into the meaning of the godlike, the demon posed a question. Prince Mahisa saw this as an opportunity to save his brothers. After ensuring their safety, he would impart the knowledge that the demon sought. Prince Mahisa first indicated that he was too tired to discuss the matter due to his long journey. In a surprising act of benevolence, the demon attended to his needs, providing him with a bath, food, and clothing, as well as the comforts of scents and flowers. He prepared a magnificent pavilion and invited Prince Mahisa to recline on a grand couch. While sitting comfortably on the couch, Prince Mahisa began to educate the demon on the essence of godlike. He spoke of the godlike as those who abstain from evil, individuals with pure hearts, and followers of the path of righteousness. The demon, upon hearing these words, was pleased with the wisdom and virtue that Prince Mahisa shared. He acknowledged the importance of his insights and willingly offered the release of his two brothers. However, the wise Prince Mahisa also saw the need for the demon's redemption. He believed that the demon's wickedness, present and past, was trapping him in an endless cycle of suffering. In an act of extraordinary compassion, he urged the demon to renounce his evil ways and live virtuously. This transformative conversation had a profound impact on the demon. He recognized the Bodhisattva's wisdom, not just in words but in actions, and agreed to change his path. The Bodhisattva became his guiding light, his mentor, and the embodiment of the godlike virtues. From that day forward, the Bodhisattva resided with the demon, protecting him from the worldly harm he might encounter. As time passed, the Bodhisattva eventually read the signs in the stars that his father, King Brahmadatta, had passed away. Together with the water sprite, who had now forsaken evil, the Bodhisattva returned to Benares, the kingdom he had left behind. Reclaiming the throne, he appointed Prince Moon as his viceroy and Prince Sun as his generalissimo, recognizing their rightful place in the royal court. As for the water sprite, the Bodhisattva ensured his well-being, providing him with an abode in a serene location, decorated with fragrant garlands and filled with flowers and nourishing food. The Bodhisattva ruled his kingdom with wisdom and compassion until the end of his life, and he went on to receive the appropriate rewards for his virtuous deeds. In closing, the Buddha used these two stories to impart his teachings and reveal the deeper connection between them. The rich brother who joined the monastery symbolized the transformation from wealth to modesty and the journey to self-realization. Likewise, the story of the three royal brothers showcased the values of wisdom, virtue, and the power of redemption. The Buddha, Ananda, and Sariputta embodied the spirit of the three brothers, with the Buddha representing Prince Mahisa, the eldest brother and the wise guide.